Former Colombian President Juan Manuel Santos has issued a warning about the new Colombian government's total peace plan. Santos received the 2016 Nobel Peace Prize for helping end decades of civil war with the FARC guerrillas. The peace agreement ended the world's longest-running armed conflict. A week after reaching the deal, voters rejected it in a referendum. Attempts to forge an agreement that voters will support, Santos warns the terms of the original peace agreement must be kept, or any new accord will fail.
The implementation of the peace accord with the FARC is an indispensable and fundamental part for total peace to work. If you don't follow through with the FARC peace process implementation, the total peace plan will fail.
The remarks were made at a university event in the Colombian capital, commemorating the original agreement signed 6 years ago with the Revolutionary Armed Forces of Colombia, the FARC, Colombia's largest rebel group. President Santos and former FARC commander Rodrigo Londoño weighed in on the triumphs and failures of the ongoing peace process. Londoño openly criticized the Santos government and what he called mistakes during the negotiations. The biggest flaw, he says, was a lack of dialogue with Colombian citizens who didn't understand the agreement and rejected it based on fake news. Just half of Colombian voters refused to ratify the agreement. Many complained that it was too lenient on the rebels.
Faltó pedagogía.
The Colombian government did not educate and inform well enough about the process. The rebels wanted to participate in that education, but we were limited, and that made it difficult to reach the public.
But there's no guarantee the rebels or Colombia's new president will be more persuasive this time. Many voters remain skeptical of the new Colombian government led by Gustavo Petro, a former guerrilla with a different rebel group called the M19. Petro says he will negotiate peace agreements with several other armed groups as part of a total peace plan, but he is Colombia's first left-wing president, elected by a slim majority in a runoff vote. On Monday, government peace delegates began a second round of preliminary talks with the country's largest recognized rebel group called the National Liberation Army. Talks are being held in Mexico. But good intentions do not guarantee success. Both Santos and Londoño said at the Bogotá event that building peace is much harder than fighting a war. Michelle Begue, CGTN, Bogotá.